going down, Sony fans? Today is a brand new update for the PlayStation 5, 21.01/03.00.00. They really need a better way to describe this stuff for updates, but my name's Mac. I have a better way to describe it. You're at the MacGyver 7 channel, and today we're going to be looking at some PlayStation 5 related gaming news. First and foremost, let's go ahead and install the software. It's ready to install. Once you have it inside of there, you can see that I have a few other things that are queued up in order to do so. Now I'm going to want to finish let Dead Army do its copy. We'll be right back. Cool. With Zombie Army Dead War out of the way, now we can finish the actual software install. So we're going to go ahead and hit the install. It's going to ask us, do we want to update? Now you can look at details and it'll bring you over to this site over here. I do have a video detailing all of what's going down, but we're going to briefly go over it as it installs. So let's go ahead and hit update. It's going to be doing the reset. We're going to pop over here, and cooler thing right over here is right above me is everything that's listed. So one of the cooler things that's happening is you can move your PlayStation 5 games to the extended portion of your console. So if you have an extended hard drive, you can definitely put it inside of there, but it does not mean you can play them. It means that you can store them like a library, which is pretty cool. You can copy them, they will update. Very awesome. SharePlay comes into a nice list for as far as what they're going to be doing. They're going to be allowing you to share with PlayStation 4 and 5 between friends, swap that controller. There's also an added zoom that you can get between settings, accessibility, display, and then you can zoom on anything, which is pretty freaking cool from what it's basically saying. You can disable audio, which I thought was really cool. So say, for instance, you're having a person that's like a little too loud, you want to bring them down, or they're not as loud, you can bring them up, or you want to mute someone because they popped in and then like something's going on and you're just like, hey, I'm trying to play and this is kind of distracting. You can do these things now, which is kind of nice. Now for as far as what the end game for what you're going to do for the accessibility for the game base, you can see that there's more easier ways to access the parties. Now you can have the online from R1 or R2 buttons and quickly move between the tabs. You can turn on notifications for parties that you're in. You can adjust the volume for the players as mentioned before, and they're just basically summing that up. Now in profile, as this finishes up, we're almost 66% done with the actual install, which is pretty nice. You can see that we are looking at the game moments. You can easily get those for the media, for video or picture. For as far as capturing those, they can be profiled to like just gold or platinum nowadays, so it's not eating up a whole bunch of your hard drive. But I have a video tethered to the end if you want to turn that off in general, which is actually pretty nice. Now before we finish up, we'll leave this off right over here for as far as the separated video broadcast under the shared tabs, and we're going to go back over to the game overlay just to see what it ends up installing. Now one of the other things as we're waiting for this to boot in that we can see right over here is you can now manage the games for the following. Go to settings, save data, go to game apps, and then manage games. This will allow you to unfollow games without having to navigate individually news posts in the hub. So it's going to brush up your media as our rebase builds up. Now for as far as the display and the HDMI link for the features, you can now enable or disable one touch with the power off link individually. Go to settings, systems, HDMI, and you'll have your one touch enable for the PlayStation 5 that will also turn on by the connected display. So turn on the TV, the PlayStation will turn on. It's a very nifty thing. I noticed they started doing that a while ago in some systems, and I think it's pretty neat. Now for as far as what we'll see as this database having 2 seconds left, let's see what happens to happening. Oh, it worked. Awesome. Moving on past that, for as far as what we can see is the power off link enabled, turn the connected portion display and the PlayStation 5 into rest mode. So those are two different functions that you can actually do directly on top of there. You can now set the country and the regions and the parental controls for PlayStation 5s and the guests and who haven't joined and signed in for there. So now you can have that accessible through settings, family, and the controls. Go to PlayStation 5 and then they'll have a whole parental version. The same thing when you go to family, parental, and then this will also allow you to change the regions. Now the gaming library, which came into a very big interesting mystery, which they were kind of saying that you can hide games and no longer be able to see the display of the content. So if you hide the game, you go to your collection, go to the tab, and there'll actually be a hide button. Now if you go to the collection and sort the filter, there will be hidden items so you can see them. To unhide the items, go to the filter and then go to unhide. Pretty simple, straightforward. You can hide on your PlayStation 4 console, will also be hidden on your PlayStation 5 console. For as far as the update features, we're looking for the following features. For as far as when you start and resume a PlayStation 5 game, your console will check the newer save in the cloud. If you have a more recent save in the cloud, you will choose the sync data, which is pretty neat because I've had that a few times where it's gotten a little discombobulated where I couldn't actually physically get there. But let's go ahead and go back over to the pure overlay. So that way we can kind of drink in a little bit more of what's going down with a different scene overlay. Now for more emojis supported in trophies, they have the following. You can now access the screenshots like I had mentioned before, take into the trophies and select it for each individual media. You're going to brush those up. You can now choose the grade, so you can capture the broadcast trophies like mentioned, gold or platinum. Now you can select hidden trophies. You can press the square button to show hidden information. You can now directly to the game's trophies list and go by selecting go to trophies in the option menu. Only and once you will select a sort of order of the trophies, and your trophies will remain in that sorted order for all the games. It doesn't mean only, it just means you can rearrange them pretty fast. Now for as far as what you can view the trophies by pressing the trophy screen, now you can sort the trophies. Man, they really, by date, they made it accessible. If you install this update, enable the chat transaction accessibility setting will be turned off. If you want to use the chat transcription feature, this is needing to be set back on. Basically what they said is this neutralize it if you're part of that situation. For as far as the multitasking features of the cards, we now update to the following. Now we focus on the multitasking icon cards. You will see hints in the multitasking modes that will be available in picture pinned to the side or both. On the situation for is the guide to show they interact with the card in the current multitasking mode. Now looking at for as far as what we can see for the battery percentage in the controller center, you'll be getting a little bit more up to date on top of there. The game subscription on the hubs now promote and offer the current availability, including PlayStation Plus, Now, EA Play Sports, all the above, so now you can actually be in the loop. On top of that, we're looking at the games when you've hidden by selected and the players from in the privacy settings, and others will no longer see the information. So it's another way to just really brush it up so you can actually just play and not get a whole bunch of notifications. Some PC monitors now can display the 1080p 120 Hz, now supports 120 Hz, the displays for the games. If you're having troubles with the 120 Hz, go to the settings, go to videos, go to video output, and enable the 120 Hz. On top of that, they've added a switch for the video and the HDR for non-HDR. So eventually, if you want to go do that, go to the screen video output HDR and you'll be ready right as rain. They also have, for as far as an update in the system for improving stability support. Now, if you want this update directly right over here, and you can put it directly on a USB drive, that file is going to be here. If you want to reinstall the whole situation, again, that is right over here. So there's update and the reinstallation, and there's going to be a link down below for as far as this. Now, if you are new to the network, you can always like, share, and subscribe for more future console updates. This was a huge update. I think that this covered a ton of situations that we're going to be seeing, and the highlighted portions are that we can have more expanded hard drive. We haven't gotten our M.2, which I'm hoping that will be coming probably around like July, but they are talking about as they upgrade the mobile app that's also synced to this, and it's growing in the next few weeks, that we're going to be seeing some more updates. So I will see you guys and gals in the near future. Stay safe, stay classy. If you subscribe today, it's absolutely free, helps me out as a creator. And if you do, who knows, maybe Sony will send me some swag that I can give out. But I guess you'll have to subscribe to find out. I'll see you guys and gals in the near future. See you there.